as I immersed myself in the words that Jesus had spoken to his disciples so long ago about this desire for wealth, I found myself thinking it would not really hurt to perhaps have a little bit more of that money about which Jesus had spoken. My life, I am sure, and no doubt so many of you, would benefit so much more if we had access to a bit more of the wealth of the world. Just $1 or $2. Maybe donated by Elon Musk or from Warren Buffett's fortunes, for they seem to have more than they need in their lives. If we had access to a little bit more of their wealth, a few dollars here or there, that tainted thing that Jesus seemed to have discarded in his message, imagine how much happier we could be in our own lives. Time and again, we probably sit around dreaming dreams about what we could achieve if only. If only we had the wherewithal, we could do so many things. For myself, with the wealth at our disposal, I could set about to fix up our churches, especially with the long maintenance list I've seen outside. We might even be able to build the church anew and include a well-stocked parish centre where all would be welcomed to attend. If only. So we dream dreams about what could be possible, only to find that the reality of our lives, both as individuals and as a parish community, is grounded upon the resources, limited though they may be, that we have at our disposal now. And our treasure and our wealth may not permit us to do more than we are able at this time in the history of our parish and in the lives we live. But if only. It seems that the treasures of the world, that tainted thing, is far beyond us at this stage in our lives. And so we work with the resources that we have available to us as disciples of Christ. But imagine what we could do. Imagine what we could achieve. But then we don't appear to be one of those silver-tailed parishes whose income far outweighs its expenditure. It seems that they can achieve a great deal of creative activity because they have the money to carry it out. The money that seems to flow so freely from the coffers available to them. And so these parishes can glow because of their resources. So once again, we set about to dream dreams. But it's not so much endeavouring to achieve the impossible and then falling well short because we don't have the resources available to us. Rather, we are able to set out to endeavour to achieve what can be possible for us with the resources we have at our disposal. I've heard so often that in calling people to ministry, God does not look at our ability. God looks at our availability. For us in the church today, our availability enables us to actually do the impossible with the resources that we have at our disposal. That's when our ability then kicks in. And because of that, we can be successful. So to be successful as the people of God today, it's important for us to focus upon the resources that we have available to us, rather than bemoaning the fact that we do not have what is needed. We have been gifted by God, and we have been gifted to make a difference. And we do that with the treasures we hold within us. The issue that Jesus had raised with his disciples was not so much about wealth, but rather it was about commitment. When we are grounded upon the love of God in our lives, we perhaps have all the treasure we need. If only each of us is willing to enter into that commitment of service because of the treasures hidden within our lives. It's not so much about the gold and silver that is so attractive to the world that's at the heart of our lives. It's more about these particular gifts and talents that God has given to each of us. That's where our treasure lies. It exists in the availability of all of us when we are called and invited to act, to act on behalf of this church to which we all belong. Time and again it happens through the many people who choose to say yes, people who give of their time and their talent for the life of the church and for the people who benefit from the treasures that those offer in their lives. I saw it happen just yesterday, Saturday morning, and I watched this treasure within our community unfold before us. I watched as a number of our parishioners, some of whom are here today, arrive at St Bernardine's to clean up some of the gardens and to present the church ground in the best light possible. They had tools, they had imagination, and they had the desire to make a difference. And I'm grateful to all for their willingness to play their part. This is the treasure that we hold in our lives, the gift of the ordinary and the everyday people who choose to do extraordinary things because they're grounded in God. And this treasure sits within the lives of each of us. We hold a treasure, not made of gold, but earthen vessels nonetheless. So let's celebrate. Let's share the treasure that we hold within our lives, treasure that is available to us today. And as we do so, we make a difference in our world.